Our class today is going to be centered around a healthy spine. And so we'll be focusing on both stretching and strengthening the spine and other areas of the body that contribute to supporting a healthy spine. So we'll start in a comfortable seat, and for you that might be cross legs or virasana, sitting on your heel, or some variation. So bring yourself into your seat, some way that you can root down through your base and rise up through your crown, and close the eyes. And we'll center ourselves with 3 rounds of breath. So to set up for the 3 rounds of breath, we'll begin by expelling all of the airs in our lungs. So big, long exhale through the mouth. First round of breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Second, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And last one, big round in through the nose, out through the mouth. Great. We'll flutter our eyes open, coming back to our space. As we inhale, we'll reach up nice and long overhead. And as we exhale, we'll twist to our right, placing our right hand on the ground behind us, left hand on our knee. Inhaling, reaching up nice and long through the crown. And as we exhale, allowing our breath to send us further into our spiral without forcing anything, looking over our right shoulder. Big inhale into our bellies. And as we exhale, untwisting, coming back to a neutral spine in the middle. Inhale, reach up. As we exhale, twisting to the left, placing right hand on the left knee this time. Inhale, reach up nice and long through the spine. As we exhale, our breath carries us further to the left in our twist, looking over our left shoulder. Big inhale into our bellies. And as we exhale, coming back to center, this time inhaling, reaching it up again. As we exhale, dropping our right hand, reaching across to extend through the left side of the body, maybe bringing your elbow all the way down to the floor. Big inhale into your left side. And as you exhale, check in with your body. If you notice yourself collapsing forward, just see if you can take a look up towards your ceiling under your left arm. So you're nice and long and stretched. Big inhale. And as you exhale, coming back up through center, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, drop to the left this time, reaching across with the right. Pressing your right hip down into the floor, checking in that you're not collapsed through the front so that you can peek up at the ceiling under your right arm. Big inhale into your side body. And as you exhale, coming back up through center. Wonderful. Slowly make your way into all fours for some cat-cow. So hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. As you inhale, you'll extend through the front side of the body, so dropping the navel, lifting the tailbone and the heart, contracting the back side of the body. And as you exhale, you'll reverse, so you'll extend through the back side of the body and contract through the front side of the body, moving your tailbone and your gaze up in towards your belly button. Inhale, reverse, extend through the front body. And exhale, reverse, extending through the back side of the body. Do this for another round, really warming up through the spine, moving with the duration of your breath. And exhale. When you've completed your next round, come back to neutral tabletop. We'll press down firmly with our left hand into the floor. Inhale, reach up, twist up with the right hand. And as you exhale, you'll thread your right arm between your left hand and your left knee, resting down on your right shoulder, maybe moving your left hand forward in space so you're in this puppy twist. Maybe gently pressing your left hand into the floor to escalate your twist, just the scotch. Breathing deep into your belly. And as you exhale, pressing your left hand into the ground, bringing that right hand back down to the foundation this time. So inhale, reach up with the left. Exhale, twist, threading the left arm between the right hand and right knee, resting right shoulder on the ground in your puppy twist. Breathing deep into your belly here, maybe gently pressing into your right hand to increase your twist. Hips up high. And then press the right hand into the floor to bring yourself back up into all fours. So let's extend our right heel straight out behind us, nice and long, very energetically, as we lift our left arm up so that it's parallel to the ground. Check in with your belly here. If your tailbone is up and your navel has dropped, lift your navel up and into your spine to support your lower back before you raise your right foot off the ground. If this feels a little bit unstable, you could come up onto your left toes. Really stabilizing through the abs as you lift and kick through the heel, reaching through the left fingertips. Inhale, reach up just a little bit higher, lifting through the navel. And exhale, bring the right foot back down to the ground, leave it extended. Drop your right foot heel down to the ground. As you lift up, peel up your right arm to the sky so you're in a supported, modified side plank. You can raise your right arm, reach it right up over your head so that you're in one long line through your side body. Reach, 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 reach. And as you exhale, spiraling the hand back down to the floor, coming back to neutral tabletop. Reach the left heel out behind you. This time, shooting out energy through your heel as you inhale your right arm up. Again, checking in with the belly first. Lift your navel up and into your spine to support your low back as you raise your left foot off the ground. So our toes are pointing down, really, our toes are pointed down, our knees are pointed down, so we have inward rotation that we're working here. So lifting the navel up, inhale, see if you could lift up just a little bit higher. And as you exhale, drop the right hand, lower the left foot, circle your left arm up and overhead into your modified side plank. Feeling free to reach overhead into one long line, stretching through the left side body as you lower down into all fours. Beautiful. Go ahead and tuck your toes. Lift your knees using the strength of your lower belly. Lift your knees up off the mat so you're really pulling your navel up and in to lift your, flatten out your lower back and lift your knees up off the ground. So ab strength supports back strength and vice versa. So lift the knees up and back as you press up and back into your hips, into your first downward dog. Go ahead and pedal out your legs. Let's get the backs of our legs stretched out, nice and warmed up through the spine. Maybe you want to wag your tail from left to right. Continue the side body stretching. Do whatever's going to make this position a little bit more comfortable for you. And then start to find some stillness here, whether your knees are somewhat bent or straight with your heels reaching down towards the floor. Really push the floor away from you to send your hips up and back, remembering to draw your navel up and into your spine. It's a lot of different cues, but great. Take 3 rounds of breath here. Big in through the nose, big out through the mouth. A couple more just like that. On your next inhale, come up to the balls of your feet. Look where you want to go on your mat, and then take several steps to make your way to the front of your mat in a forward fold. So if the back of your legs are pretty tight, you can bend your knees as much as you need to. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head no. Make sure your neck is nice and loose. Clasp opposite arms and gently sway from left to right. Allowing the weight of our upper body to create space in our spinal column. So as opposed to standing or sitting all day where all of your vertebrae are getting compacted, hanging or suspending allows you to have length and distance between your vertebrae. Go ahead and lift your feet up so that you can step onto the tops of your hands, and you may need to bend your knees quite generously for this. And press the balls of your feet into the palms of your hand as you reach your hip points up towards the sky. Of course, don't do anything that hurts, but this should create a wonderful stretch through the backs of your legs. Another factor for folks with back pain can be leg and hip flexibility. And there's a lot of muscles and tendons that run all the way from your feet up through your legs and connect into your lower back and through your hips. And all of this plays a role in your overall spine and back comfort and health. Big inhale through the nose, big exhale through the mouth. As you untuck your toes, bend your knees nice and deep, and then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll up all the way to standing. You should be towards the front of your mat with your feet parallel to the long edges of your mat and feet roughly hips distance apart. Ground your heels down into the ground as you rise up through your fingertips, through your crown, look up. And as you exhale, hinge forward at your hips with a flat back, coming into a forward fold. So again, heels grounding down, hip points rising up. Now place your hands on your shins or your thighs as you reach your heart and crown forward into halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet all the way back into a plank pose. Lift your navel up and in, puff up through your shoulder blades, through your back. Length through the back of your neck so you're looking straight down into the ground. And we'll hold it here for a couple rounds of breath. Energy beaming out from heel points all the way up through your crown of your head. One long line. Big inhale through your nose. And as you exhale, push yourself forward with your toesies and slowly lower down all the way to the floor. Keeping your hands by either side of your chest and your elbows pinned into your body. Press your feet and your thighs down into the earth and lift through your spine on your inhale. Not crunching through the back of the neck, so look out a few inches in front of your nose. Lift your palms up off the floor. See if you can inhale up just a little bit higher, just using the strength of your back. And as you exhale, allow yourself to come all the way down to the floor and fully relax. Bring your hands back up to either side of your chest. Walk your elbows out in front of you, so your elbows are on the mat just in front of, just under your shoulders. Palms are on the floor, same distance apart as your elbows, so your forearms are parallel. And as you inhale, pull your heart forward through your chest. So your lower body is again pressing down into the earth, and your heart is moving forward in space as your crown moves upward, crown of your head. You can use a grip of your fingertips on the mat or on the ground to gently pull your heart forward. So that should be contracting through your back and extending through your front body. And as you exhale, release, allowing yourself to come all the way down, fully relaxing. And bring your palms to either side of your chest. Press yourself up through either half plank or full plank. And then bring yourself all the way back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Pressing the floor away from us with our fingertips, reaching the heels down towards the earth. Navel lifted up and into our spine to support our lower back. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, come up to the balls of our feet. Bend the knees, look forward where you want to go. This time you can take multiple steps or 2 big steps up to the front of your mat. Ending in a forward fold, rounding down through the heels, lifting through the hip points. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach your crown and your heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we'll reverse swan dive using a flat back. We'll reach all the way up as we ground down through our heels. Reach up, look up. Exhale, pulling energy into heart center. Again, we'll inhale, reach down with the heels, reach up with our gaze and our fingertips. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, flat back. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or jump all the way back into your plank pose. This time we'll not hold it, we'll immediately move all the way down to the floor. Untuck the toes. This time we're going to come into Shalabhasana, so you can either have your hands behind you or out in front of you. And what we'll do is either way, we'll inhale to lift through our legs and our upper body. And we'll hold it here for a few rounds of breath, so wherever your arms are. Inhale up just a little higher. You can do it. And exhale, coming all the way down to the ground. Wonderful. Hands come to either side of our chest. Press up through full or half plank. Everybody meeting in downward facing dog. Pressing the floor away from you to send your hips up and back. Navel is lifted up and in to support the low back. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale. Inhale, come up to the balls of your feet. This time you can take multiple steps, 2 steps, or bend your knees, look forward, and jump where you want to go. Land in your forward fold. Heels down, hip points up. Inhale, halfway lift through your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, flat back, ground down through the heels, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, or excuse me, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold again. Grounding down through the heels, reaching up with your hip points. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach forward with your head and your heart. Exhale, plant your hands. Step or jump back to chaturanga, or down dog, lower low cobra, or upward facing dog. And then everybody meeting in downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Checking in that you're pressing the floor away from you actively with your hands. Navel is lifted up and in towards your spine, supporting your lower back. Inhale, come up to the balls of your feet. Step, walk, or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your crown, through your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. We'll move on to Surya Namaskar B, or Sun Salutations B. So similarly, rooting down through the heels, we'll inhale, reach up, look up. This time as we exhale, we'll sit back into a chair pose, bringing hands to heart center. So it's like you're sitting in an invisible chair. You'll twist to your right, hooking your left elbow on your right knee, and then use that leverage to bring your palms closer to heart center as you look up and over your right shoulder. Check in with your left knee. That's going to want to sneak forward. If it does, no big deal. Just draw it back. Lengthen through the spine as you inhale, and as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale deep into your belly, and as you exhale, come all the way down into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Extend through the crown and through the heart. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back to plank, and then move through your version of the flows, coming all the way down into cobra, low cobra, and then moving into downward dog, or moving through upward dog to downward dog. Once you're here, lift the right leg up behind you into three-legged dog, and then open through your hips, allowing yourself to draw big knee circles with your right knee. You can continue to draw hip circles or hang out in three-legged dog, or if it's in your practice, you can flip your dog. So allowing the weight of your left foot to flip you over into wild thing. Lifting through your hips, reaching through your right fingertips. And if you're in wild thing, slowly, with control, move back into three-legged dog. And then everybody bringing right knee to left elbow. Inhale, extending into three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Drop the right foot forward between your fingertips, and then we'll come on up, gripping the mat between both feet. We'll inhale up into high lunge. Allow your left hip to drop forward as you drag your right hip back to square your hips forward. Big inhale. And as you exhale, lower your hands to the floor. And then bring your left knee to the outside of your right ankle and sit down on the floor with both hips if possible. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, place your right elbow on your right knee, left arm behind you as you twist towards the left. Inhale to extend through the spine. Exhale to twist further to the left. Inhale, sit up nice and long, grounding down through your hip points. Exhale, twist. As we inhale, deep into our belly, we'll exhale, bringing our hands to either side of our right foot. Step the left and the right foot back, and either press straight back into your downward dog or travel through your version of your flow. Everybody meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up this time. Exhale to open up your hips, and go ahead and draw some nice big circles with your knees. You can continue to do that or hang out in three-legged dog, or if it's in your practice, you can flip your dog into wild thing on the opposite side. So one long line, lifting through the hips, extending through the left fingertips, and then slowly with control, bringing yourself back to three-legged dog. Everybody moving as you exhale. Left knee crosses to the right elbow. Inhale, extend into three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Drop the left foot between the hands. Grip your feet towards one another as you inhale up to high lunge. Allow your right hip point this time to drop forward as you drag your left hip point back in space. Inhale up nice and long. And as you exhale, lower your hands to the floor. Bring your right knee to the outside of your left ankle this time as you sit down on both of your hip points, if possible. Inhale, both arms up, nice and long. And as you exhale, right arm comes behind you, left elbow hooks onto left knee. As you sit up nice and tall and twist to your right. Inhale to ground through the sits points and rise through the crown. Exhale to twist. Inhale, place hands on either side, and exhale, bring yourself into your fuller half plank, moving through your flow. Everybody meeting in downward facing dog. Fantastic dog. Inhale 3 times, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Last time, in through the nose. Come up to the balls of your feet. Step, hop, or jump to the front of your mat. As you exhale, inhale, halfway lift. Extend through the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Reach up, look up. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll pause here for a couple breaths. Wonderful job, everybody. So let's step straight down into downward facing dog. And then lower down to our knees where we can set up for full side plank. So bring your left arm into the middle of your mat. Extend your right foot out. And then you can place your left foot in front of you. You can keep it and modify it if that feels good. Or you can increase the difficulty by adding both feet up, both hips raising up towards the air. If you need to go a step further, you can bring your left foot up as long as you're lifting your hips up. Or if you wanted to go even further, you can extend out. Whatever is right for you today. We're going to be here for a couple breaths. So you want to make sure your hand is directly under your shoulder, your hips are lifting up nice and high. If you want, you can extend your arm overhead. Big inhale. And as you exhale, you'll come back down. We can move through tabletop this time. So switching our hands, we'll bring our right hand right under our shoulder, switch over onto your left side extended, and then however you did it on your right side, it's good to match that on the opposite side. So for me, I'm just gonna leave my feetsies here today. Reach your arm out over top if you'd like. Take whatever variation makes sense for you. Breathing nice and deep. And slowly lowering down to the floor. Take wide knees and press yourself back into child's pose. Rock your forehead from left to right on your mat. to massage out your forehead crease, your brow bone. And I'm slowly coming back up. Just gonna bring my feet underneath me. And we'll slowly lower down all the way onto our backs. Using your ab strength to carry you. Bring your heels directly under your knees, close to your bum. And we'll push up into a bridge, so pressing our heels down into the ground to float our hips up into the air. You can scrunch your shoulders underneath you as you clasp your fingertips. Press your hands down into the ground as you press your heels down also, and float your hips up. So your chin and your chest are moving toward one another. Inhale deep into your belly. Watch for knees that want to splay outwards. On your next exhale, unclasp your hands and your shoulders and slowly roll down, one vertebrae at a time, all the way to your tailbone. We'll do that one more time. So feet directly under knees, press your heels down into the earth to float your hips up. Scrunch your shoulders, clasp your fingers, press your hands down into the ground. Chin and your chest are moving toward one another. Knees are staying parallel to the hips, so not splaying out. Breathe deep into your belly. Raise your hips up a little higher. And as you exhale, unscrunch your shoulders, slowly lower down, one vertebrae at a time, really slowly, all the way until you get to your tailbone. Great job. Bring your feet out to the width of your mat and allow your knees to just rest together for a moment. We're going to start winding down. So from here, you can take your arms out into a T or into cactus, like a goalpost, and just sway or windshield wiper your knees from side to side, loosening up through your hips, relaxing through your low back. Bring the knees in and hug them into your chest and rock from left to right. Again, massaging through the hips, massaging through the low back. Grab your feet or ankles, whatever you can access, and open your knees and your feet up into happy baby. And then rock yourself from side to side. And then we'll slowly make our way into corpse pose. So you can either come straight here, you can add a bolster under your knees to support your low back. And we'll just rest here for a few moments. Remembering that spinal health is important to our overall health. And there's things we can do to stretch and strengthen, to support mobility, to reduce the likeliness of injury, sometimes to recover from injury with the assistance of a health practitioner. Notice as you move through the rest of your day, whether practicing yoga contributes to your spinal mobility and to your spinal comfort. There's no right or wrong answer to that, but it's something to be aware of, what kind of practice you're doing, what kind of meditation or movement practice you're doing to keep your body and mind in optimal health. Take a big inhale through your nose. Big exhale. Slowly roll over to your side and gently press yourself back up into whatever your comfortable seated position is. Grounding down through your base to float up through your crown. Take 3 rounds of breath here to close out class, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Big inhale. Big exhale. Last time, make it sweet. Big inhale. Big exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Thumbs up to your third eye and bow your chin into your chest in gratitude. Thank you all for practicing. Namaste.